Yo, good morning, guys. Hope everyone's having a good Friday. I want to quickly speak about a quick market update in terms of what we're looking at for the day. Are we going to see a potential bounce today, or are we going to see a retracement back to the downside? So let's have a look and see what we're looking at with the charts. I'm going to start off with ETH, and then I'm going to go over a couple tokens that I'm actually looking at today. So from yesterday, what I was saying is basically yesterday for Ethereum, we broke that 1 hour downtrend, right? So if we look at the 1 hour time frame, there was this level right over here, right? If you drew a trend line, you would have saw that price was getting rejected from that level. We came back up, retested, and then continued coming lower. Okay, so what does that mean for today? So basically, what I'm actually looking at I just want to see price reclaim this level for Ethereum. I want to see price reclaim this level for ETH. To the upside. So I want to see price. You can see our price is now creating a downward sloping trend. I just want to see price get above this level, get above this fair value gap over here, above the support. Once we start trading back above these zones, then I'll be looking for continuation longs. Okay, so for now I'm not really focused on a long for ETH because we're at resistance, but when we actually start closing back above this level here, I would be looking at continuation longs for Ethereum. So I am more hopeful today for longs just because of structure right now. Can we take out these lows today? Yeah, of course we can, but I do think that potentially we can break out. So ETH very easy, just waiting for that to happen for the day. Okay, then I actually did enter a long position on BNB, and I'll go over why I did. So basically, if we look at BNB we'll look at the 4 hour, right? So the 4 hour time frame, we closed above this high over here. We've created the bottom wick. Potentially this can flip bullish. We are still in a bearish fair value gap, so selling pressure is right now. But if you look at the 1 hour and the lower time frames, there is a potential that we do get a bounce from the zone, right? I did put a stops below this low over here because that would invalidate the trade, right? So if you look at the 15-minute time frame, we could potentially see a move to the upside. Yeah, we are getting a bit of a push down now, but I do think that this could play out for BNB. I just put my stops just below this level here to see if we can get a push to upside, because we are attempting to break out here. This, we are getting a little bit chopped right now, but personally do think that this could continue going up from this level, right? Because if you look at the charts over here, we have been creating high highs over here. This was the first higher high right now actually from this break over here, and then also these lows have been holding. So I do think that it's possible for BNB to continue higher here. Just have to wait and be patient on this one, right? So yeah, let's see what happens here. The thing is right now it is a little bit early in the morning, so session, just waiting for London session right now, but I do think that BNB can flip bullish on this hourly candle in 25 minutes and potentially continue higher. So we'll see what happens there, but overall I'm looking at a long here for BNB. And then what I want to look at quickly is Solana as well. So basically with Sol, I'm just waiting for price to break out over here. I want to see price, because right now a lot of coins, guys, are at support, right? So basically if we look at the chart right now, you can see with Sol, I want to see price start trading above this level here, and then we look for continuation longs, right? Once we start breaking trend over here, we can see that if we do break this level here, we could potentially look for these levels here. We have these levels here, and potentially this white zone over here. Okay, so there is a potential for a pump today, right? But we just have to make sure to break trend, right? Because right now we still in this bearish structure, right? Bearish structure is obvious right now. So we do have to break out, which is why I wouldn't take this Solana long right now. I'd rather wait for the breakout to confirm. Okay. Another setup is Chainlink, right? So Chainlink right now, we did close bullish, but we still in this massive gap over here. We're still pretty much below resistance. So what I want to see here is I just want to see price close above this previous fair value gap and potentially get a push to the upside, right? So I will be looking at a move like this within today. So we'll see if we can get Litecoin today, but I want to see if price can obviously take out this level, and then we look for longs. Okay. That is one I'm looking at. Stark is also another token that I'm looking at for long. Obviously bullish move right now. We are holding this level over here, STRK. We are coming into a strong level here for STRK. So basically what I'd want to see is pretty much this level here needs to obviously break in terms of looking for longs. Super strong level. If we can start closing above there, you can actually just look to target you know, like these highs over here and potentially these highs over here. So honestly, guys, today I'll be honest with you, the market is looking like we can potentially get a bounce. Okay, so we can potentially look for long stay. Whereas yesterday, you know, I was looking more for shorts, just due to the fact that it was, you know, price was not getting a bounce at all, right? So just currently in a BNB long right now. I'm waiting for Stark, but yeah, I think BNB could be a clean setup here for moves to upside. Another token that I'm looking at is AR. AR absolutely rips. I mean, look at the daily. That was the one trade I took last couple weeks ago. Let's have a look. I mean, pretty much at resistance now on the daily. Let's have a look at the 4 hour. Sorry about the noise if you guys can hear in the background. They're doing construction outside. It's a bit annoying, but it should be fine. Yeah, I mean, super tricky to take it along right now off this level, but we're coming into a key strong zone here. So the problem is, the nice thing is that we created a massive bottom wick over here, and we are flipping bullish. That's kind of what I'm hoping for BNB to do. But are we going to get a push to the upside straight away here? Probably, because of just how strong these candles are, right? These candles are super strong. So we're going to have to wait and see. The problem is I can't enter off this level here. You know, the entry would have been right over here on the breakout, right? So, you know, if you didn't enter down there, then you cooked. But yeah, I do think AR is going to pump super hard. If we do break this level, it'll be kind of crazy. So yeah, right now I'm currently just waiting to see what happens with these levels. Like ETH needs to break out today. You know, if it doesn't, you know, we're going to see price retest this level. AR, you know, pretty much there. Aave, you know, it's back into that zone that I was looking at. This level here. This was that long that I was attempting to take out a couple days ago. You know, we're back above that level. There is a potential to go higher here. Yeah, it's just nothing really speaking to me right now in terms of taking a position, in terms of just and then Bitcoin, right? It's just BNB right now for me, but Bitcoin, it's the same thing, right? Same thing for Bitcoin. Currently just holding this level here. You know, we need to see a breakout to see continuation, right? So right now, a lot of tokens are still below resistance. You know, some tokens are breaking out, some tokens aren't breaking out, but overall right now, I think looking for positions where we can potentially see a breakout is probably the game plan for today, right? Because, you know, if we can break trend over here and break structure for Bitcoin, there is potential to go higher, right? But honestly, right now, we could still come down. You know, there is a trend line over here. There is potential for price to roll over as well, which is why I wouldn't just jump into a long right now for Bitcoin. But we'll see what happens. If Bitcoin can break out today, then we should see quite a nice pump across the whole market, right? So we'll see what happens. Harp as well. Oh shit. Harp just broke out. Oh. Guys, if Harp can hold this level here. Look how strong this level. Oh my god. Okay. This is super clean. I'll be honest with you. If we can hold this level over here, I'm definitely looking for long. So yeah, this is pretty clean. Stops below there. You know, I'm not gonna take this now, but basically holding above here is gonna potentially give us a push to the upside. We have so much liquidity that we can take out. We have all these highs. Harp is looking super juicy here. And then we have 4 TPs as well, right? Pretty much every higher. That kind of looks juicy. So yeah, I will be looking at this there. We got a breakout. We did actually break these highs. We're holding structure at these support zones. But the whole thing is, are we going to actually hold this level right now? And that's the main thing to see. So we'll see what happens there. And yeah, I will be posting this as well if we do get this trade. But honestly, looking at this right now, I do think that we're just going to pump off this level, but we have to see price hold it. Okay. So that's kind of my thoughts on the market right now. Obviously, total 3 as well. Still holding our zone, right? That we spoke about. As long as we hold this level here, guys, the market is still intact for some bounce within this week. So it's a little bit of a tricky situation right now, guys. The markets. Are we going to get a bounce? I do think that the bounce is close. I'll be honest with you. Which is kind of why I'm positioning to the upside right now. Total 3 is holding this level. Ethereum potentially could break out today. Chainlink as well. Total 3 holding support. Others, what's happening with others? Others is trading below the weekly level, but actually still fine holding that level. That, remember, we spoke about this a couple weeks ago, or like last week. We spoke about how we have to hold above this monthly structure. Obviously, there's still 23 days left, so it's fine. But as long as we're above this level here, altcoins are still intact. So pretty much right now, everything is still looking good for, we can get these bounces that everyone's stressing about, right? A lot of people are absolutely stressed about the market, and I can imagine, right? I mean, the fear and greed index is at its lowest point since April. So, I do understand that there's a lot of people that are stressing out there. But honestly, guys, just try filter out the noise. I still think that we're going to see a nice little move to the upside within maybe today or next week. But we'll see. So don't lose hope. But don't also just go all in. You know what I mean? Just be careful, right? Just wait for these confirmations. Like BNB, I do think that BNB is we are in a little bit of a drawdown right now, but I do think that this could potentially hold. I mean, the setup is, my stop loss is just below this wick over here, and I'm using a 10x leverage, so only going to lose 14%, and then my gain is 42%. Okay, so yeah, I mean, right now I'm just currently just waiting to see if we can get those breakouts on Ethereum, and also Bitcoin, and then Litecoin we spoke about as well. So we'll see. I'm not really going to look for shorts there. I just don't really see the shorts opportunity. I do think that we're going to attempt to break out. If not, I do think we try to take out this level, and then maybe it's a fake out, and then we push lower. But I don't think we just dump straight off this level, because we haven't really done much. We haven't really taken liquidity to the upside properly first, right? So we'll see what happens there. Yeah, I do appreciate you guys for joining. If you guys wouldn't mind liking and subscribing if you want to. And yeah, let's see what happens there. Hopefully it's a good day. Hopefully we can get some setups, and we will see. I appreciate you guys. Peace out.